Hello, Eric. Hello, breadheads, or should I say, hello, meta mates. Welcome to another episode of Think Fresh podcast.
Yeah, one sec. He's on the phone right now. Hey Ty, Apple just wanted me to tell you that they pulled the streaming deal, so we're not going to be on Apple anymore, Ty. But don't worry, I already cut the check for 2 mil, so no, don't worry. Netflix is a go still.
Wow, great. I'm glad that we always have something in the back burner, the back toaster. I knew that we were we were too hot for Apple. They didn't want to touch us.
Dude, listen, this we're too hot for Apple, we're too hot for Anchor. But you know what? Title is still an option.
hmm
You can listen to us in hi-fi. But if that doesn't work out, then we will be a STEM player only podcast, the
hmm
first of its kind. You will be able to isolate the tracks based on like me or Ty's voice. So you can like,
hmm
if you only want to hear me, you can just like listen to me or Ty.
Yeah, I would
And
definitely
we'll have
turn down the
one
levels on Eric.
in a little hot sometimes, but
hmm
you can turn me down. You can turn the background song up. We're gonna have a background song. We're just gonna have off the grid playing the entire like podcast episode.
hmm
Um, So that'll be coming soon. Launching February 22nd, 2022.
2022, 2222. Yeah, we are the Dawn to 3, Eric. Um, I think that was our destiny.
That's right. I'm Playboy Cardi. You're Lil Uzi Vert, and we're just collabing.
Uh, I am Lil Uzi Vert. I'm all over the place. I'm a little shorter than you. I got a gemstone between my eyebrows.
He's got 24 million on the forehead, um,
hmm
and he's got the heater tucked. So be careful.
hmm Yeah, he's locked and loaded. I'm
hmm
fully loaded with all the sauces, with all the meats.
God damn it. Um, Ty, are you did you place your order for the STEM player yet so you can catch the new Donda album, part two, number two, numero dos? Or are you going to be waiting for you know, Apple to bite the bullet and drop the album as well? Or should I say
Yeah,
spotty?
as much as I love a big number two, I am probably not going to get the stem player specifically for this album. Do you know how long I waited to listen to Life of Pablo? Like 4 months. I just didn't get around to it. I had other things on the go. I can wait for Dawn to 2.
You still have Donda 1 that you can, play back to back
Yeah.
to back. I guess it's already been like how long? 8 months? Because it came out in August, right?
It's been a while.
So we got September, October, November, December, like basically February. It's 6 months, dude. I would say it's a crazy turnaround, but didn't Future drop like 3 albums in a year?
hmm our calendar illiterate breadheads really liked that you broke that down for them.
I'm I like the Redheads are also calendar illiterate, so I had to physically use my fingers to count the months.
hmm I've lost all sense of time because of the novel coronavirus. So
hmm
it's helpful for me too, Eric. I feel like my brain moves a little slower now. Do you think it's from all the Subway bread I be munching, or the the COVID variant that's lashed onto my
hmm
brain cells?
Well, I think your immune system, Ty, has, it's been freed and it's feeling the luxury of not having to battle the bread because I know you've been eating Subway way less compared to a couple of years ago. So I think your immune
Withdrawals.
system, everything's just been slowing down for you, and so therefore you might feel a little foggy, um,
hmm
a little stupid perhaps.
It is interesting. I thought my slowing or like my slowing metabolism and this immune system, this all comes with age, right? That's what they tell
Uh,
you. That's what big health wants you to think. But in
mhm,
reality, it's because I tapered off my sandwich consumption and therefore my body is returning to its natural stasis, which is like I think Subway's good for your metabolism and good for your immune system because it's kind of like strength training for your body. And if you lose that, you
exactly.
lose that muscle. You don't want to lose that muscle.
hmm Progress is all about straining yourself and then recovering, right? It's the process
Mm-hmm.
of like breaking down and building up again, which makes you stronger. Um, it's the same as, the punishment that you put your stomach through. Like if you're not punishing your stomach once a week at least, then it's just gonna get used to all those like cauliflower bakes that you've been making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want my my snowflake gut to fall victim to anything too heavy after that.
Dude, your gut is such a liberal cuck that it's
Mm-hmm.
like calling the Subway Freedom Convoy racist.
Yeah, you may have a lean gut, Eric, but I got a clean gut.
God damn it.
I
Oh.
I don't know. This is the thing with the footlong. The footlong is such a twisted amount of food. 12 fucking inches of sandwich, Eric. It's a
God
lot
damn
of
it.
sandwich, right? And I always
Oh.
think about that. I hold it in my hand and I like to put the footlong on my chest. You know the way that like a father would very like paternally hold his newborn child on his lap while
Uh-huh.
perhaps like watching, I don't know, sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I
I can
like to
picture it.
yes, fathers everywhere are doing this, but
Mm-hmm. But
I
like
like to
drop
do
a
that with
like in the comments if you're a father holding their foot-long baby and watching the Super Bowl.
yeah. Shout out to the dads that stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
The so I like to do that with my foot longer. I like to put it right up close to my chest because it's way it's so interesting to imagine that 12 inches of sandwich on the inside of your body. Like
Yeah. No, totally. I get it.
it's kind of weird. I actually think that would make a really good merch for us, Eric. Would be a T-shirt that has an exact like one-to-one sized picture of a foot long on the chest, so you could
Mm-hmm.
imagine that like in your stomach.
That is pretty good. You know, there could be like a couples situation here, or maybe, one shirt for the gym and then one shirt for after the gym.
Mm,
Like, I'm thinking the pre could be like the sandwich, and then once you've like showered and you're leaving Equinox, you change the shirt with just like the scraggly lettuce like left over,
mm.
and maybe a little sweet onion sauce stain, and there's like one black olive on your shoulder. Like I think that would be like a cool like before and after like kind of moment.
Yeah, that's a great merch idea too. If we sold T-shirts that were pre-stained with typical Subway ingredients, then not only do you make a statement by wearing that, but if you're a messy eater, no one will notice because it's like by design.
Exactly.
You plan
I've
that
realized
shit.
this. I've realized this about like dressing up to go eat because I haven't gone to many restaurants in the last 2 years. I forget how to, use a fork and knife, right?
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
so
Handhelds
I
only.
exactly. So I find myself like wearing black when I go out, and that way, when the spicy galbi is popping off on the Korean barbecue grill in front of me, it's not
Mhm,
staining, you know, the light wash Amiri jeans that I'm wearing.
mhm. Yeah, I've learned my lesson about a proper dining attire as well, like dark colors, maybe some reds on spaghetti night. Like I don't want none of that none of that marinara on my like my t-shirt,
Hmm.
you know?
On
The
on your
beautiful
fake
white
Tom Brown shorts.
they're not fake, they're real. Um I can get Grail to verify it for me.
That is true. If you post them on Grailed, they will verify it for you, I
Yeah,
think.
but they'll narc on me if it's fake. They're not afraid to shut me down.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea, Eric. Um, I had another thought about this whole like food attire thing, but now I've lost it. It evaporated during the toasting.
Hmm. It got eaten. Um, I don't know. What else do we wear inside of a subway? How do you like social signal in the subway? It's like, don't talk to me. Like, how do you like let people know you don't want to be talked to?
You could
I
don
guess,
the cloutless AirPod Maxes.
yeah, I guess if you are just in the subway, people know not to talk to you, nor can they. They're just paralyzed by fear.
I mean, it's kind of like how much conversing can one do in like a restaurant visit? Like you have to talk to the artist. You have to have the internal dialogue with yourself. Do you really have the capacity to make small talk with another patron?
I don't think so because Subway is not, a place where you linger.
Mhm.
Like, I
That's a
haven't
good
seen a
point.
single laptop inside of Subway. Do they even have Wi-Fi in there? It's
I
probably
have
got a
no clue.
password on it. It's like employees only.
Yeah, it's they probably don't even change it because so I feel like that's a brand moment Subway would miss, you know? Be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, we could have changed the Wi-Fi name to something cool like uh Y foot long." No, I got nothing for you, but I'm sure the marketing team's got an
Mhm.
option for that. But
Instead of like 3G and 5G, it's like 6-inch and 12-inch. Are you connecting to the
that's cool.
12-inch?
You want to connect
And
to the
then
12-inch always.
and the password's like always like Southwest or something.
Mhm. Um,
I like that we like don't really know if they have Wi-Fi or not. We've like never tried. Uh,
I like to think we live in a post Wi-Fi society at this point, Eric. Data plans are so good right now, like, it's not worth my time ever to try to connect to, like, a public Wi-Fi spot.
do you think they're good, or do you think we just accept that they're bad and like are willing to dish out like $100 for it?
That's true, like, maybe we don't know how bad we have it.
It's just that like you can get the 1 gig for like $60, or you can get the 12 gig for like 90. So am I really gonna like, live one twelfth of the life I want to live for like
Mhm.
only $30 less? Like for $30 more, I can have 12 times the data. Like that's
Yeah.
why everyone's paying like $200 phone plans. Like,
It
and I got
they're
5G, and I don't even know what that means, bro. It's not even that much
mm,
faster. Like Instagram it loads the same.
yeah, I get that. It's crazy, the entire, like, sham that is phone plans, it's all about the upsell, right? It's like
Hmm.
they'll add guac a bunch of times.
Hmm.
So,
Exactly.
I don't
Trudeau
know.
needs to just resign already.
Like, that's what you're taking away from it.
Dude, this clown said he was gonna lower data plan prices, because in Canada we want to be able to compete with our um, tech neighbors down south. And we just can't because we're busy, you know, paying $1 million for a house here in Vancouver, and we're busy paying $500,000 a year for a data plan,
Mhm.
all while
It's a
being forced to sit inside with our masks on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird year to complain about data plans for someone who has left their house an accumulated amount of 9 times in the last 365 days. Um, but I mean,
That's what you think,
not
Ty.
my
We outside. We're outside over on this side of the podcast. Okay, I don't know about you, but
yeah,
I've been going out more than I did in 2019.
I get that. No, I'm popping my head out of the ground. I'm like a groundhog, popping my head out, wondering where's the scene now? What happened? Did the scene change? What did I miss? Do I still remember how to eat with a knife and a fork? Subway's
Is
good
there
for
a
that,
vibe
right?
shift?
Yeah, like you said, you forgot how to eat at restaurants. I don't even think I could use a knife and a fork at a restaurant at this point. Handhelds only, Eric. Like, can you imagine trying to like slice some Wagyu beef right now?
Too cool. I can't.
Subway's the
I,
training wheels of returning to restaurant life.
that is true. It's like, now what would you like? Except they aren't helpful. They're just like rude. They're just rude,
True,
Ty.
but you can't really make like a bad sandwich. You like walk in there, you like point at things, and then you eat it with your hands. Like it doesn't get much simpler than that.
That is true until Ty, you just know the system. You've been through it. You've been chewed up and spit out by Subway so many fucking times that you can't even like count. You can't even count it on your body how many times you know had 12 inches stuffed down your damn throat. But
Mhm.
when next time you fly down to Mexico, try going to the buffet and figuring out what the fuck you're supposed to do there. Because sometimes it can be a challenge. You know, you walk up and there's no like clear division of like stuff. Like okay, here are the breads, here are the meats, here are the veggies. It's like here's just a bunch of stuff, and then there's like people behind the glass, and you don't know like who's owning what part of the journey. You don't know. There's no squad mentality here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
pointing at the meat and I'm saying, who can get me this cut of meat right here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. I mean, there's kind of two halves to like wayfinding at any type of like choose your own adventure establishment.
Mm-hmm.
There's proper signage, which is like start here, cashier here, and like that's kind of like the default, right? But that's not the most interesting type of wayfinding. The most interesting type is like the social signaling type of wayfinding, where you're looking for like where do the masses kind of wander to form a line, or how is like the food kind of pulling you in,
Mm-hmm.
right?
What direction are the people facing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do want to call out though. I feel like you're sandwich shaming me a little bit at the beginning of your little rant, but I get where you're going with it. I did have a lot of footlongs like in my life.
I would never sandwich shame my esteemed co-host, Ty. I'm merely saying that you're very familiar with the processes of Subway, and clear signage does help. But buffet, it's truly choose your own adventure because there's no line. It's just like a bunch of food
Mhm.
everywhere, and then like plates, and then you just grab a plate, and then you like, it's like you're hunting. It's like literally hunting and gathering.
Yeah, it is very primal in that sense. It's this open world adventure.
It's super open world.
Mhm. Is this a problem with buffets, or is this? I mean, most people see it as, I guess, like the value proposition of the buffet is that you can explore whatever whim, fetish, desire you have. Really, if you want to put a fried egg in some soup, you can do that. If you want to like put a schlop of spaghetti like on top of a salad, you can do that.
Hmm. Exactly.
You're free.
Yeah, a buffet is both a high judgment and a no judgment zone. What the fuck are you eating? God damn
No,
it.
can you hear me chewing right now?
Yeah, I saw you take a bite of something off camera.
Well, Eric, I'm fueling myself to get through this episode with you by eating a blueberry scone. You got a problem with that?
uh, no, I don't have a problem with that, but I'm gonna judge you for it, just like I judge everybody at a buffet. Um, I learned yesterday that there are 5 types of negative people in the world, and I am one of them.
Oh no.
I
Okay,
am a
break this
critic.
down.
Okay, Ty,
Critic.
listen, I'm reading out this book, right? And yeah, so there's like 5 types of negative people. There's like complainers, people who like complain without looking for a solution. There's people who are called canceller. It's where you like cancel a compliment and you like turn it into a negative thing.
Mm.
Much like, wow, Ty, your sandwich tasted really good today. Thanks for making it for me. And then you say, what, did it taste bad yesterday? That kind of thing.
Cool.
And then yeah, anyways, there's like a bunch, but one of them was a critic, and I definitely align with this one because it says that you are negative because you judge others. You judge others, and you you know are negative towards them because they chose something different than you, or it's like they have like a different belief system than you or something like
Mm.
that. And so when somebody goes to a buffet and you know we're in Mexico, they get like a plate of fries, and I'm immediately judging them. I'm like, you couldn't get that at home, wherever you came from, you could have got that. Like I know for a
Mm-hmm.
fact, like you could have went next door to McDonald's and got the same meal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think buffet, you're opening yourself up to like criticism because you walk around and there's something that you can't hide what's on your plate. You're just walking around with a plate full of fries. Everyone can see that.
Yeah, very vulnerable. I'll judge buffet goers, but for a different reason, Eric. I
Thank God
always
damn
obviously align with the mantra of quality over quantity with cuisine.
it.
That's why it's like Michelin star only restaurants on date night and other. Um, so when I see the buffet, I feel like in order to supply quantity of this magnitude, there must have been a compromise along the way, no?
Oh yeah.
So,
Not only is it quantity, but like variety is the biggest fallacy. in- Like
mhm,
why do you need like a 10-page menu, you know? Like why can't you just like make one thing or like three things very well and then just like make that for me and then like if I don't eat it, there's something wrong with me, you know?
yeah, that's on you. Well, that's on you for not appreciating the art that went into the crafting of that menu, Eric. They used only seasonal local ingredients, the freshest and highest quality they could find.
The carrots du jour were not up to par. Uh, so they were sliced from the menu.
Mm. I love the idea of like du jour vegetables. They're like, yeah, we just picked these radishes this afternoon.
Yeah,
There's
we
still
we
that
picked
soil
these.
on them.
Sorry, I forgot to power wash this radish in the back, so there's gonna be some
Hmm.
crunch to it.
Hmm. Yum. Well,
That's like
this is
crazy, Ty, because like
yeah.
how do you know when to pluck vegetables that are underground? Like
I
what?
have
How
no
the
clue,
fuck did you
man.
know they're
That's some
ready?
black magic right there.
Yeah, like a carrot, like how the fuck are you gonna look at like a green stem coming out of the ground and be like, "Oh, she's ready"? Do you have like a
Shout out to
timer
the
on your
farmers.
iPhone?
Check the calendar. No, I think they're just guessing, man. Our farmers are the best guessers of any occupation.
hmm Like Ty, I got a small freezer at home. Like sometimes I can't fit the whole frozen pizza in my freezer because I got so much shit in there. So
Hmm.
I delete the box and I just put the frozen pizza itself in the freezer.
Mm.
And sometimes I panic because like I don't know if I'm supposed to bake it at 400 or 425 for 10 minutes. I don't know which one it is. And then like there's people meanwhile plucking green shit out of the ground and there's a carrot. It's like fully baked.
That's a good point. They're like, yep, it's the perfect carrot.
Like we
I
just
guess
all have
that
different skills, I guess.
yeah, they got some deep rooted expertise, pun intended. Um, why don't you just Sharpie the like? Can you like Sharpie it on the plastic wrap of the frozen pizza, like
I did
memento
that
style?
once.
Just trying to remember everything about it.
I did tat it on my chest one time, like 400 for 12 minutes. But then I forgot which pizza that was for, so it didn't work out really well.
And like, how much space do you actually save by taking your like pizza out of the cardboard box? Like, it would be inefficient
Honestly,
for them to pack air in there.
very well because so my freezer is like a drawer based system. There's like three levels where you can like pull out a drawer, right?
Hmm.
And I figured out this like cheat code where on the top shelf there's like more room than what's like in the drawer. So you can
Mm.
put the pizza sticking out of the drawer, but it's like still inside the freezer. But you can't do that if it's in the box because the box is like an inch so like in height. But the pizza is very thin, so it can just like slide over where the drawer goes.
Mm. I see. So it just like slide. It's like built perfectly to slide through there. Just slip right inside, like a credit card in an ATM machine.
And you can be careful because if you pull the drawer up too fast, the pizza like just hit the back of the freezer and be gone forever. Kind of like some change in your like restoration hardware a cloud couch.
Right, or when you huck your disc golf frisbee out of bounds.
Exactly. I
You
don't
don't
know
want that.
what the fuck you just said, but something like
I
that.
don't I don't even think all frozen pizzas there come in a cardboard box, and I think we just gotta banish those. Exterminate the boxes. We don't need them, I don't like them. All you do is open it out of the box, and then it's like, "Oh, cool, it's wrapped in the plastic anyways," and you recycle the box or whatever. Like,
hmm
if you think about it this way, when you go to Subway, one of the best parts about it is that you get to evaluate the ingredients live. There's no like hiding behind a menu. There's no There's
Mhm.
no second guessing your order because of that. You know what you're getting into. They keep it 100 with you. And I would like it if frozen pizzas did the same thing. They put this like plump and perky pepperoni slice on that
Mhm.
front of that box, and they're like, yeah,
Mhm.
this is the pizza you want. And then you see the
Mhm.
thing, and you're like, this is why is this so gray?
Mhm. It's like those, like, fat guys who wear, like, the shirt with, like, a bikini babe on it.
Exactly that. They're faking it. You know, it's a
Yeah,
facade.
that's crazy though, because, like, all the box is just an image of, like, what's inside. Just show me what's
Hmm.
inside, that's what I'm buying. I'm not buying
Hmm.
what the thing in the image. It's just fake marketing, it's false advertising.
It's literally false advertising. They're just like, "Oh, we should put a lie in front of our pizza." You know, that would really sell it if we just lied about it a little bit. And
Mhm. I know, we're looking for transparency on this podcast, and we're not getting it, Ty.
no, we're
Only
not
you
getting
you
it.
can only get transparency at Subway and, like, cool, like, steakhouses where, like, the kitchen's behind, like, glass, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Subway is for the truth seekers. In a world filled with lies, there's only two ways to find truth, Eric. Play the Wordle of the day and go to the way.
Mhm, and listen to Joe Rogan.
And listen to Joe Rogan. The three pillars of truth in 2022.
Mhm. God damn it. Oh, Ty, we need to end the marketing. I don't think we need marketing ever. Like, why do we have marketing? It's just like, I can think of a different word that starts with an M that they're actually doing, manipulating.
Nice. You know what's crazy about marketing? Marketing wouldn't exist if marketers weren't so good at convincing us that we need marketing. It's kind of meta, my mate, but it is the truth. Like if marketing could just like stop marketing themselves for a minute, we could exterminate them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're just too good at manipulating. That's their whole job. Like, what do you expect? Like, you already know, like, if you hire a plumber, like, they're not like tightening it like all the way. They're just like making like they're designing in a problem that's going to reveal itself in like a year so that you can call them back. Kind of
Hmm.
like Apple, like systematically destroying their own batteries.
Hmm. They only sell you a phone that can take 100 photos before it fills up with memory. They thought
Hmm.
about that.
Hmm.
They
Just
could
like
compress those photos more.
oh yeah, just like Bezos said, create the problem and then sell the solution.
Hmm. I don't know if he actually said that, but I believe it.
Hmm.
Well, that's what's really funny about Subway too, is that you're doing that all the time. As a patron of the way, you are an entrepreneur maneuvering decision making. So you add meatballs and marinara sauce to your footlong. You've created a problem. That's a very cumbersome and saucy sandwich. It's going to fall apart. So now you
Yep.
need to kind of like a weird.
Yep.
There's actually a weird tension between like what do I want in this decision and what decision will benefit me for the whole sandwich. You know, like maybe you really fucking
Wow.
love meatballs. You want to slurp those things up. But then after you make that meatball decision, you have to live with the consequences.
Hmm. There should be like certain menu items that are just at the end of the line, like listen, just so you know, Mr. Sandwich Artist, I'm going to add meatballs to this, but I want you to do it at the very end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a post sandwich edition, add-ons, if you will.
Hmm. Exactly. Options.
I do think there's a thinking about phone plans again. Subway could really. I would like them to tap into the add-on game a little bit more. Like you got the guac, you can get double meat, double cheese, but there's not other many other ways to spend more money there. And if I'm feeling like dropping more money, which I usually am, they're not giving me a lot to work with, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I want the like luxury cheese, you know? What's the luxury
Yeah,
cheese option? I want the first class upgrade.
exactly. Like if I have like two or three IPAs in me, I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna have credit cards swiping, bills out. I'm gonna look for all the upgrades I can, you know? Can I add hummus to that for a small fee? Can I get a side? I don't know,
Wow.
There's so many like upgrade opportunities that like you see at other restaurants. Like if you go to a casual fine dining establishment, they'd be like, "Would you like some poached salmon as a like to like add to your salad?"
Well, Ty, your dreams can become reality because I am the official holder of a Subway gift card that I received
Hmm.
for my birthday. So somebody knows me very well. Um, he might even be a former guest on this podcast.
Wow.
Um, but Ty, next time we link IRL in person, and we are feeling peckish, I would love to treat you to a sub. I think my friend would love that.
I would also love that, Eric. I'm not one to turn down a free footlong.
Pick anything you want. You know what? It's on me, Ty. Anything you want at
Oh
Subway,
wow. Signature menu?
even signature menu. If you want to get a double veggie patty, go for it.
Oh, that's so fucking twisted, dude. That's so much like pea protein. I don't think that would be good for me.
Dude, you just got to hit the gym first, and then we're going straight to the way.
Wow, that's a thick. I'm just imagining two veggie patties stacked on top of each other. It's such a thick slab.
You know what we should do? We should each get a foot long, and then we should get like a 6 inch to experiment with. Like, just get something
Mm.
really twisted, and then just like try it. Like, I want to try the egg salad.
I like how you're doing this as like an extracurricular event on top of your meal, so you don't ruin your lunch.
I would never risk a good lunch, especially at Subway. Just kidding. I'm no
Hmm.
stranger to experimenting, but yeah, I think we should get an experimental 6 inch.
I think that's kind of cool. It's like the artist equivalent of like an EP to try new things.
Exactly.
Just messing around in the studio, drop some B sides.
Exactly. Yeah, we can eat it at halftime. Eat half of our
Hmm.
sandwich. It's like the peak end rule. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the most memorable moments of this sandwich are gonna be like the first bite, which is like when I'm most hungry and most satisfied, and then the
Hmm.
end, which is like the other half of the sandwich. So we don't want to like fuck with that too much.
No. And if we're lucky, the middle, the halftime 6 inch performance will be the new peak of the sandwich if you did a good job.
Exactly. Wow. I'm
Wow.
excited, Ty. We'll have to set that up.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, I'm very excited too, Eric. You've perked my interest, and you got my palate watery. I'm looking forward to our IRL dining activation. Um, beyond that, we will have to wait till then for any more Subway talk.
That's right. Okay, Breadheads, thanks, of course, for listening. Drop a comment, you know. If you go to Subway, drop a comment and let us know what you ordered. You
If you're a
won't,
dad,
but you
don't forget
won't,
to give us a like. But you won't.
but you
They're a
won't.
quiet, stoic bunch, those breadheads.
Uh, okay, talk to you later, Ty.
Ciao.